Hi, I'm Nigel the Shanghai Psychic. I can tune into your loved ones in the spirit world, but I can also tune into you, tell you about your path and the choices that you need to make and need to know. I'm currently giving 30% discount on all Tell Craig Your Story listeners. Just use the code Tell Craig Your Story for 30% off your first psychic reading with me online at Nigel the Shanghai Psychic.
Hello everyone, Craig here. Welcome to another edition of the podcast, Tell Craig Your Story. And today we welcome back Dania Gu, who is the creative director of the Redbox in Shanghai. And we talk about what has been happening with the Redbox. But for this episode of the podcast, we're going to break down and talk about the highly controversial movie that came out in 2022, Blonde. This film is based on the 2000 novel Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates, which is a fictional account inspired by the life of Marilyn Monroe, not an actual biography. And the director of this film was Andrew Dominik. And in my opinion, I think it was a bit of a hit piece on Marilyn Monroe. Now, what I can say is Ana de Armas plays a fantastic role as Marilyn Monroe, and she is definitely deserving of her Academy Award nomination. Now, if you've seen Blonde or are you listening to the podcast, please send us your opinion of the movie, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. You can go to our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or you can go to our link tree, which tells you where Tell Craig Your Story podcast is streaming. All right, here we go. This is my chat with Dania Gu on Tell Craig Your Story podcast. Hi Dania, how are you doing today?
Good, hi Craig, how are you? I'm very happy to be here again.
Very cold.
Very cold, it's snowing outside.
Snowing?
Yes.
Snowing in Shanghai, wow.
Very good sign actually for the coming year, because every time we get snow in the city, it's always a sign of a very good profit and fortune coming year, so I think it's a good sign.
That's good, yes. And I told the story just then of the last time I went, they had to shut down all the speed trains because of the amount of snow that they had. So, yes. But 2023, about your Christmas and your New Year's Eve.
Okay, it was very memorable Christmas because the country opened up in early December.
Yes.
So I was going to, every year we always host a Christmas party in our apartment. That's what we do every year for the last, as long as we're in Shanghai, if we're not traveling, we always host a Christmas party. But because everybody got sick pretty much right away, so this time we decided to just have family. So it's me, my mom, my husband, and my daughter. We just stayed together and had a very small but very nice. So we had a champagne, we had grilled chicken, just very intimate Christmas dinner, exchange gifts. But at that night, actually we had a Christmas Eve dinner. So by Christmas early morning, I feel really sick. I just feel nauseous and I just not feeling well, and I feel like I'm getting a fever. And I was right, because by Christmas Day, around 11 o'clock in the morning, I tested positive for COVID. So Santa got me a really great
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas!
Yeah, I was the last one to catch COVID actually. So
Right.
so I knew it was coming. And I wasn't actually too upset because we were planning on going down to Sanya for family vacation in early January, and I was like, if I get it like on Christmas, then I will feel better by the time we are actually going on our vacation. So that's it. I was just sick for an entire week.
Wow.
Yeah. Like
But-
everybody.
But everyone that I knew, like Christmas holidays, I had 2 weeks off before the New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
and they actually had to shut the school down because everyone got that. So,
Yeah.
but all my friends as well, and I couldn't go out.
Did you get it?
No,
Whoa!
I got it back in Australia.
Oh, so you already had the end
yes.
of it.
So when they say that you're immune to it,
It
I
does.
think- I think
Yeah.
that's true. I've heard other people can get it 2 or 3 times, but I think the whole immune thing.
I believe that too, because all my friends who have gotten in Taiwan or in New York, other ones didn't get anything this December.
Yes.
So I believe I believe that's scientifically true.
Yeah, it has to be because
Yeah.
we played a concert just before Christmas, and the band members got COVID.
And you did it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the only way you can explain it because you got it already, right?
And then 2/3 of the class also got COVID as well. So I'm dodging bullets everywhere. China's just thrown it out now.
Yeah.
They're not even
No
numbers.
Yeah, I don't care. In all honesty, I don't want to know the numbers either.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't do any good. It just gives
Oh,
you
that's
stress. Yeah.
So let's go with the Redbox then.
Yes.
How has that sort of affected it this year, and big plans for this year?
It was so Redbox. We created Redbox in 2021. It was, I have to say, 2021 was a very good year in Shanghai for everyone, or not just in Shanghai, in whole China, because of the lockdown. So that means nobody was getting sick, and everything was, economy was growing in all industries, and the performing industry is doing really, really well. So we created Redbox in 2021, and we did really well, and because of that, going into 2022, we had huge plans. Like we were going to not just doing our shows at Pearl, but we were also going to open up in another theater. It was like already ready to go. But all of a sudden, because of the Shanghai lockdown I would actually count March too. So March, April, May, everything just changed. We did, I believe, between January, February, and March, we maybe did 5 shows in 2022, and we didn't do another one until September. And all of a sudden, after that one show in September, which also did very well, we couldn't do it again because of all the lockdown stuff to happen again. So we didn't do another one until December. We were supposed to be doing it the December 15th, but we couldn't do it because everybody got sick.
Yeah.
So we didn't do another one until December 28th. And that was just so frustrating because in terms of marketing, you can't have a marketing plan if you don't have a show to promote.
Yes.
So that was the most frustrating thing, was starting, stop, and that was pretty much 2022. But I was, the moment I knew they opening up the border and basically throwing out all of the restriction, I knew we can finally started to make plans. Start to focus again. So a lot of what I'm going to do now is to focus on finally doing the marketing for Redbox, because otherwise it would just be like I don't know how to do this if I don't know if I have a show next week. So but now it's like we already have our show booked to end of March. So that at least for the foreseeing future till March, we will have our show steadily happening at Pearl. So that's good, and then we can along the way we can figure out the next step but at least not that stable. Like I don't have to worry we're going to get canceled again or that's
Yeah,
going to be shut
that's-
down. Yeah, so that's a really good sign for us.
Yeah, definitely. I turned up twice for the pool and didn't check my WeChat moments. And the doors were locked and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It was like cancelled on the day
Yeah.
both times. And I was,
It is really frustrating, and the thing is, like, it was frustrating for everyone. It's not just for us; it was for the customer too, because they want to be entertained.
Yes,
They want to have a good night, and then we couldn't do it, and it was really frustrating for everyone. So at least now, 2023, I felt it's more positive, and we can definitely get that going.
everybody's finished being sick, so you can organise
That's
practice
right.
and rehearsals.
That's right.
And
We all got sick together. We all
Yeah.
got sick. Everybody. Because I'm in the theater industry, it's not just us. It's everyone in the theater industry, and everybody's canceling shows. Every production house has closed down for 2 weeks because everybody was just sick. I remember I went to see a production on December 28th. I was still very sick, but because I promised the producer for a production that I will show up. So I show up to one of their opening night, and I didn't feel too woozy, but I was still coughing really badly. So I was very concerned and conscious about coughing at theater because that's just rude, right?
Yes.
I was thinking too much because everyone in front of me, behind me, next to me, everybody was coughing. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
How do you get away with that?
It was a very surreal experience, I would say.
Yeah, but it's back again, and you said it's till March, right? You've got bookings now.
Yeah, so we have 2 more shows in January, and we will do 2 more shows in February and 2 more in March. Yeah, so that's very steady. And once we have the dates locked down, we can finally, like I say, doing promotion on it.
Yeah, and you said it's not just the Pearl; it's going to be
with another theater. That one I'm still working on with the government because that space was closed down for an entire year last year. So there was no renovation can be done. It was just really hard to get anything going. So I believe that project will be pushed forward about in the future, but it will still happen. Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, you've got performers from all over China.
Yeah.
And I think it's internationally as well.
No,
just China.
yeah, like basically for Redbox now we have one international actress, but she has been in China for very very long time.
Right.
But the other 4 are all Chinese.
Right.
Yes.
So do they go back to their hometown or do they stay in Shanghai?
Because they have other shows in Shanghai. They're very because they are real musical theater actors. They're professionals. So their jobs are all over Shanghai. They have like 3-4 shows on them. It's not just for me. They also have other productions happening. Yes.
Right. Okay. It's not just like the Pearl just.
No. They have many shows that's all commercially runs in all over Shanghai's theaters.
Do you have new things for next year? Anything
this year coming the 2023? Not quite. In terms of work wise, I have to say, even though I really want to push in, professionally, but I also really want to go home.
Yeah.
I haven't been home since 2019. You know, that's a long time. I haven't seen my father in many years. So my focus of this year will be I need to go home first. So I will be going back to Taiwan for, I think, 2 weeks. That's all I can do, 2 weeks. More than 2 weeks, that will affect my job. So maybe 2 weeks at end of February, and going back to New York for 2 months in July and August, because my husband hasn't been home in 5 years. My father and mother-in-laws hasn't seen their granddaughter in 5 years. 5 years, that's to any grandparents and the grandkid is a huge. Basically, the last time I saw our daughter, she's still a kid. Now she's a teenager. That's a huge difference. Yeah.
Hurry up! I want to see it.
That's right. So I think this year it's a lot of focus for me rather than professionally. Yes, we need to make the money that we didn't make last year, but this year I'm going to be focusing on seeing families.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are going to be in that whole same situation.
Yes.
And I actually might be in New York in August as well. I'm doing a month there with Metallica. They're doing a big tour of
that's
US
awesome.
and Canada. So
if you want to send me a message.
All these
keep missing each other. Basically, our my father-in-law is already booking on a date with us. Like, when are you coming back? I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the last day of our daughter's school dates. So because it's all based on her school holidays, right? So it's like the last day of her school days this day. So we will leave the day after. How about that? Were you happy? I'm like, yes. Because I think he's going to plan on some road trip. Basically, I have no idea what's going to happen, but my father-in-law loves driving, and he loves to just take us to visit different families in different states. So I have no idea where we're going, but we're definitely going to go back to America for 2 months, at least. Yeah.
And I saw that you went to Sanya.
Yes.
And I saw that.
I'm never going there again. This is my second time there, but I'm just like never doing that again.
But you said not doing anything.
Not doing anything. Just not doing anything. Just like chill on the beach and just but still it's too crowded. Just like everybody was there, so I didn't really get the quietness I was hoping for, I think, but it was nice to be somewhere warm.
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to bring you on and talk about some of the movies and TV shows that you've watched over 2022. Every time I've watched something, it seems that you've watched it as well, and you write this review, and I thought it was very interesting. And the one that we just talked about earlier was the Marilyn Monroe one. Now, there's been many documentaries that I've seen as well, but the one that came out last year was Blonde?
Yes, it's Blonde.
Yeah. So, a bit of backstory on that, like, how much do you know of Marilyn Monroe before you saw this movie?
Okay, so as a theater person, I've always fascinated by her story. Because not just because she's such an icon to many, many, many people, it was because she was actually a lot smarter than a lot of people knew.
Give her credit for.
Yes. Like she started her first production house, the first woman production house back in the days. Nobody did that before. Yeah. But she did. And that was never mentioned in this movie. That she knew what her advantage was, and she used it very smartly. And so I never really saw her as a victim in my point of view, because I knew she knows how to use her attractiveness to gain what she wants in life. And that's nothing wrong with it, because people still do that these days. If beautiful woman or handsome man, they always can get ahead in life just a bit easier, and you shouldn't be punished for it, right? And I don't understand why people have to victimize her in such a way just because she's a beautiful woman. Right?
There was people before Marilyn Monroe doing that, so that was my point. I think the only good thing that I found interesting about this was when she was a kid. I haven't seen too many background about her life, but it was very dramatized, and the background of her mother. But I know that there's points of view. I just thought that the director, I think he had a purpose of just like, it was a hit piece. To be honest.
Yeah, and I also felt that you can't blame anyone's tragedies just because of their childhood wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I think it's easy. It's a very easy direction to go. Yeah. Like, oh, this person is so fucked up, or this person is so self-destruct because that person didn't have a good childhood. Yeah. It's all because of their father, or because of their mother, or because of where they grew up.
She should get credit for that.
Exactly, and not just it shouldn't be the only reason, the only explanation for everything she does. And I don't think anyone has the right to do that either, just because yes, where we came from is very important, but so many people will try so hard to break away from where they came from, or they try not to make the same mistakes, and because of their parents, and yes, we might spend our entire life to make peace with what happened to our childhood, but it shouldn't be the only reason of what I did what I did. You know what I mean? It's like it shouldn't be the only reason. It's like, so she always calls men Papa or Daddy.
Daddy, yeah.
It's like, no, I do not believe she did that with Arthur Miller in real life. That's really wrong.
That's what I was gonna ask as well. Like every relationship that she was in, she would say
Daddy.
How does he know that? Is that like?
It's like,
do they have tapes of when they? Yeah.
And not only that, like I keep asking many men about this, like when a woman calls you daddy, does it turn you on or does it?
It's the opposite.
And then they're like, no. It's like no, it does not turn me on. So because of that, I really don't believe that she will just go around calling every single man in her life daddy.
No. Yeah, that was the thing, but like it focused on every single bad thing in her life. There was no good. There was no positive or good. It was just bad. It was drugs, alcohol,
rape,
Yeah.
abortions. It was all bad.
Yeah, about her mother not remembering, like terrible child. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't believe her life is only tragedy.
There was no balance. There was no balance in it.
And if she's put this way, if she's really truly such a tragic person, she wouldn't have brought so much joy into so many people's lives.
Yeah.
She would not be able to shine in front of the camera. So I do not believe that she was a true victim, and anything that she did, she didn't agree to. I don't believe it. Not for a second. Yes.
And do you think the director was a female?
No, it was a male. It was clearly a male.
Yes.
It was very dominant.
I would like to see a bit of history on the director actually, and see if he had anything to do with Marilyn Monroe before she passed away. Because to me, it felt like a bit of a jealousy thing. Like, okay, she didn't like me. Okay, I'm going to make this movie and pick all the bad things that she's done in her life. I don't know.
No, it's not that though, but this movie is based on a book called Blonde. So the director did not write that book, but I didn't read the book, so I don't know how authentic the movie version was compared to the book. But I did know the movie was based on that book. So that a lot of what happened in the movie did mentioned in the book, but the book wasn't written in a documentary form, so it wasn't like backed by a lot of facts. Like if it's a documentary, we show you the facts, so this is what happened, this is what. No, I think it was written in a more documentary like novel. So it was a lot of authors personal opinions in the writing. It wasn't. So if you cannot watch this movie and read too much into it. If you disattach yourself to see this movie as real Marilyn Monroe, then it's easier.
Yeah.
But if you see this movie as a documentary to Marilyn Monroe, then you can't watch it. It's just too. Yeah. It's just painful. Yeah,
because that's the interesting thing, that all those people are now dead.
Yeah.
If they were alive,
no way, they were. Yeah.
You would never been able to do it, like JFK, Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah.
If they would have saw that, and they would have.
And not only that, I actually believe there were true love in between with all these men. They were moments of truth, right?
Yes.
But none of them that was portrayed in the movie. None of it was actually portrayed authentically. It's all feel like she was used.
Yes.
And I don't believe that. And that's the thing. I don't believe that. Even with JFK, even with the Kennedy brothers, I believe there were moments of true love, or just even affair. She was having fun, and that's why she was.
It takes two to tango.
Yeah, exactly. So No, I don't believe that she was always a victim. Yeah.
Yeah, no way, no.
She enjoyed it.
JFK had a choice.
Exactly.
Joe DiMaggio
had a choice. They all had choices.
He was chasing her all that time.
Exactly. So
asking her to marry her, and she
kept
saying no.
Yeah, and the men were not stupid. So if it wasn't consensually agreed, I don't think it will actually went that far.
Yeah.
You know, in a way.
So what do you give it? What stars do you give it? I think it was just
1. No, I will give. The reason why I say I will give the star only to the actress, because I think she did a very good job and beautiful job to portray Marilyn Monroe, and that's the only good I will give to this movie, was the fact that she did a very beautiful job portraying her. But that was it.
Yeah, the actors did a fantastic job.
That's why.
Yeah, they all did very good. Yeah, very interesting to see.
And because it was the first Tim Burton directed TV show.
Oh, right.
Like, he have never done TV shows before, so this is the first time he did a TV show for Netflix, and it's really good.
Tell us about it.
So it's basically it's Addams Family, that the daughter Wednesday. So it's basically a whole series, a soul story based on her. That's it. And Catherine Zeta-Jones plays the mother. So it's really fun. It's like really good.
Wow.
Watch it. Yeah. So there's a lot of good things out there.
So what's the future? What's the plans for this year?
This year is going to be hopefully to bring more shows, more Redbox into more theaters, and not just in Shanghai. But my goal is actually to see if we can do another one in another city, because people have been coming and talking to me about it, and see if we can copy what we have here and then just do another one in another city like Chongqing or Chengdu. But right now I really want to focus just to make sure our theater group is very strong in Shanghai, and our marketing is very strong, because we need to focus on what we have. There's somebody singing.
I've got all singers around here. I don't know why. It's very musical. They just start singing all of a sudden out the back here. Ooh, the girl sings, and then the man sings, and the guy next door sings as well.
Yeah, so, you should grab a guitar and just start joining them. Like, let's do that. Yeah, so
they bang on the door when I play guitar. They want me to sing, but
I think they want you to sing. They don't want you to sing. Yeah. So last year during lockdown, I created this video. Actually, I did a music video. I did that, and so this year, my focus mainly is to make sure our fan base is bigger and stronger. Because like I said, I wasted a year. Last year was just couldn't do anything last year. So this year will be a lot of focusing on marketing, just marketing, and how to get us on TikTok, get us on Xiaohongshu, all the social media. So I want to make sure our actors are getting more bookings and getting more name out there. They already know in the industry, but I want them to be even bigger.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
It's more or less like a lot of the businesses are starting from scratch again.
Yeah, and you're working with a very different market too, because when we started, we still had a lot of expats here, and those people are gone.
Yeah, so
they're not coming back.
So it's a whole new marketing.
It's a new marketing. So, but from day one, I came in. I always knew that our fan base was not just going to be the Westerners.
No, of course.
It was always going to be more locals, and those locals are not just so-called locals. There can be locals who have overseas experience and miss the overseas experience, and that's why they will love to come and see our shows. And those people are actually our main targets. Not just, I don't rely on big paychecks from expat packages, because that's not, to me, those are not real fans. That you cannot build anything based on people who will just disappear in a year or two.
You want
you want consistency, and I trust the market to give me real feedback in that way too. So this year is going to be a lot of that.
And you just got a new video.
Yes, my team just got a new advertise video just got out today, so it was really fun. Yes. And those are all the Red Box actors. So I was like really happy to have that.
And how long does that normally take to do that?
This?
Yeah.
We filmed in one day, but we rehearsed in 1 day. So 2 days. Wow. Yes. Very cute.
Well, now that Shanghai is back, you can have your performances all ready to go. And
I'm very excited for 2023. Not only that I can travel again, I think we can start to do a lot of things that we couldn't have done in the last couple of years. In a way, I think people have gotten lazy in the last couple of years because people give up when they've been so frustrated for so long. And this year is going to be a lot of that focus. But I also have to say that in reality, people lost a lot of money in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So what they can spend getting fewer and fewer. So what I propose is always like, you come to see our show, you spend $200, you buy the tickets, you come in, and you can enjoy the wine and enjoy the food as much or as little as you wish. But what you're getting is definitely more than what you pay for.
Yes.
I think that's the most important thing. That is, you are always getting more than what you pay for. Yes. And that's how you keep your fan base going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it a couple of times last year at the start of the year when everything was consistently, and yeah, just some amazing performances. John the Phantom, he's just incredible, and I really think that everybody should do the same thing. So what are those dates again?
So Redbox is on Thursday night at the Pearl Theatre.
And social medias?
Social media we have on Xiaohongshu, and we also on Taobao. But not Taobao, Weibo. Yes, but Xiaohongshu is more, you can get more information on it, or 大众点评, you can definitely book your ticket through 大众点评. And 大麦as also is a ticket agency. Yeah.
And you get your WeChat.
Yep, and you can always find us on the Pearl website and on the WeChat. So.
Awesome. Dania, thank you very much for coming in again.
Much. Right.
Appreciate it.
Always happy to be here.
大家好, I'm Bala from Bala Simple Chinese School. If you are a beginner, intermediate, advanced, looking for HSK study, business Chinese, or simply want to improve your everyday communication, I'm the teacher for you. Come and join me for a free travel class at Bala Simple Chinese School.